In a world where nature reigns supreme, Amrina and her friends embarked on a camping trip that promised adventure and fun. The group consisted of Amrina, her little brother Salim, and their friends Maya and Rafi. They were all excited to explore the dense forest, pitch their tents, and tell ghost stories around the campfire. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the trees grew taller and the underbrush thicker. The sunlight barely penetrated the canopy, casting eerie shadows on the forest floor. They found a perfect clearing by a bubbling brook and set up their camp. The first night was filled with laughter and stories. Amrina, being the eldest and the most responsible, made sure everyone was tucked into their sleeping bags before she herself drifted off to sleep. Little did they know, their adventure was about to take a thrilling turn. The next morning, they woke up to find their supplies missing. Panic set in as they realized they had no food, no water, and no way to call for help. The forest that had seemed so inviting now felt ominous and threatening. "Stay calm, everyone," Amrina said, trying to steady her own nerves. "We need to find water and food. Let's stick together." They decided to follow the brook, hoping it would lead them to a larger water source or perhaps a way out of the forest. The forest was alive with sounds, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the occasional snap of a twig that made them jump. As they walked, hunger and thirst began to gnaw at them. Salim, the youngest, started to lag behind. Amrina held his hand and whispered words of encouragement. They had to stay strong for each other. Hours turned into days, and the forest seemed endless. They encountered wild animals that made their hearts race, a deer that darted away, a snake slithering across their path, and the distant howl of a wolf that sent shivers down their spines. The group stumbled upon a berry bush, and though they were unsure if the berries were safe to eat, hunger left them with little choice. They ate cautiously, and fortunately, the berries were not poisonous. As night fell, they huddled together for warmth. Amrina kept watch, her eyes scanning the darkness for any signs of danger. She knew they had to find a way out soon. The following day, their luck changed. They heard the faint sound of a helicopter in the distance. Hope surged through them. They ran towards the sound, waving their arms and shouting at the top of their lungs. The helicopter spotted them and circled back. Relief washed over them as they were lifted to safety. They were exhausted, hungry, and thirsty, but they were alive. Back at the campsite, their parents hugged them tightly, tears of relief streaming down their faces. The adventure had tested their limits, but it had also brought them closer together. Amrina looked at her friends and her little brother, feeling a sense of pride. They had faced the wilderness and come out stronger. The forest had taught them the value of teamwork, resilience, and courage. As they drove away from the forest, Amrina knew that this was an adventure they would never forget, a thrilling tale of survival that would be told around many campfires to come.